All right.
We should be live.
Well, we're sitting in the thick of the Centerville crowd. We'll have to watch what we say, Todd.
I know it.
We're in the Centerville crowd, Colt. 2.5 minutes to game time. There was a double overtime game just prior to. North Decatur here set to take on Centerville. Game one of the other side of the bracket. Todd, we didn't want to be on this side of the bracket, but here we are.
No, I would have rather stayed in the Tyrion Center. We had nice, cushy seats in there, man.
We're sitting here in what's the equivalent of the field house with very little seating.
Running about half hour behind schedule here with double overtime, which Seton Catholic ended up coming away with the victory by about 10 points there finally after the second overtime.
North Decatur versus Centerville in game two for them of the Bob Wettig Memorial Tournament from Richmond, Indiana. This one in the auxiliary gym. Still haven't figured out why there's a Bulldog at half court, Todd, when the Red Devils are the home school here.
I don't know.
Figured that one out.
Do Bulldogs and Devils get along all right?
I don't know. I don't know. They never did up in the northern half of the state. I mean, West Lafayette and Clinton Central didn't go well. But Centerville, Todd's got some players. They're athletic. They're all 6'1" or 6'3", and everything revolves around the one kid, number 12 here. When they take off their shooting shirts, we'll figure out which one he is. But he averages over half their points at 24 points a game, 7 rebounds, 2.5 assists. That's Shea Hollandonner.
I was wondering how you was going to get that name.
Hollandonner. That's going to be a mouthful. We'll call him HD.
The Chargers did kind of, don't want to say they necessarily blew it this morning, but had a 4-point halftime lead and didn't play so well down the third and fourth quarter. So
second half got them. They got outscored. They got out-hustled. They got out-transitioned. And it was a tale of two halves, and that's what put them over on the other side of the bracket. They got outscored in that second half 35-19. Gave up the 4-point halftime lead and ended up losing by 12.
I did have a talk with them out here in the hallway there. I told them they had to win because I don't want to have to get up at 6:30 to come over tomorrow morning.
Get an 8 a.m. start tomorrow if they don't win this one. If they win this one, they start at 9:30 tomorrow. And for those of you tuning in that didn't tune into the first one, I had some questions after the first game, Todd. They do not allow video broadcasts of this tournament in order to protect ticket sales, I assume.
Yeah, somebody said they were selling a broadcast for $8.50. You could get all the games, and I don't know where that's at or what.
Yeah, I saw that in the hallway too. There's a crew down there at midcourt that's been broadcasting these games, and if you're in one gym, you can see the other gym playing out in the hallway. All right, number 15 and number 12 are going to meet at midcourt here to start this ball game. That's the Hollandonner. Boy, that's going to be tough. Hollandonner. Sophomore.
He's a little thicker than I thought he might be.
He
Just plays.
Yeah.
Scores are over at the bench. You know, when you get kicked to the auxiliary gym, you get 3 minutes to warm up. You don't announce starting lineups, and let's go, boys.
Yeah, let's go. We're a half hour behind, boys. You've had plenty of time. Of course, our boys went down to the auxiliary gym or the practice gym and during both those double overtimes, and they shot around. They should be loose. They're young, Todd. They don't need the 10-minute warm-up just to get all the joints working like we do.
I hear you. I always thought 20 minutes was too long. You know, I was always kind of lazy.
Tired.
I get tired.
I'm tired. Last game in this gym was intense. Double overtime game.
Mason just took off dribbling. They threw the ball and
gave the ball right to him. All right, we'll get this thing underway. Morris to jump. Gets up, tips it back to Brady. Brady's got it, collects it to Muckerhide. Muckerhide walks it across the timeline for the Chargers' first possession. Looks like Centerville's going to start in a zone. 2-3 zone. This could be a matchup of zones here by the time the day's over. Trap down in the corner. Back out to Parmer. Swings it over the other side. Muckeride's got a wide open look. Oh, he came down funny on that ankle. Cooper had the rebound momentarily, and it slapped away. Muckeride limping just a bit. Keep an eye on that. Came down on a foot or something after that three-point attempt went awry. North Decatur retains possession. It's Charger basketball underneath their own goal. Muckeride looking for one. Finds Cooper on the opposite block. Cooper muscling it up. Puts it in. Oh, bounces out of the rim. No good. Muckeride collects the offensive board. Kicks it over to Maurer. Maurer for three from the wing. Youngman comes out of the rafters with another offensive board for the Chargers. Youngman gets a three-point look from the wing. It is no good. Now back the other way goes Centerville. Hollendonner runs the floor, collects the pass, puts it up for his first two of the ball game.
Didn't look like the first time they'd done that. They look for that outlet pretty quick. So
run and gun.
We got to make sure we get back.
Centerville in this matchup, 2-3 zone, likes to trap in a corner. Brady's the victim right now. Timeout North Decatur. Brady was on an island with no dribble and two defenders trapping him. North Decatur's going to take a quick timeout.
We'll be a 30. We'll keep it right here. Matt Morse and Todd Meyer bringing you Charger basketball on WTRE. Well, Chargers had 4 looks at it that first possession, was unable to convert, Matt.
I was going to keep rebounds this game, wasn't I? Didn't do a good job.
Well, we must have got 3 of them.
How many you got, statistician? 4 offensive boards so far. I'm gonna fade Colt's stat by a rebound. We'll call it 3.
Looks like they're in a man-to-man this time.
Centerville out in man-to-man. We go to work. Muckeride dribble driver to the left-hand side. Finds Youngman over in the corner. Youngman uncorks it. That one is no good. That's rebound high off the glass by Dickinson. Back this way come the Bulldogs. Viscera brings the ball up. I'm telling you, these guys are all the same size. They're all 6'1".
Yep.
And built. Swing it over to the right-hand side on the wing. Entry pass down to the block. Maurer contests the bunny. It's no good. Red ball tipped around off of Centerville's the call. North Decatur basketball.
Two nothing Centerville. H&R block first quarter here.
Maurer sets the ball screen at the top of the key. Muckeride dribbles the elbow, kicks over to Parmer in the corner. Wide open, look at it. Too strong. Morris gets called for a shove in the back. On the rebound, wasn't over the back, just pushed off of him to give separation, and that's going to be Morris's first.
Team's first. That was one of them you just get your hand caught in a cookie jar because you really didn't need to do that. It was going to be a long rebound anyway.
Yeah. This one's going to be called different than the last game we just sat and watched, Todd.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little less contact. At the elbow is Centerville. He takes the ball, dribbles to the rack, and he's all the way there. That is Hollendonner. Hollendonner bucket's good. I believe that's Mesa's second foul. Foul called on Morris. He went up to challenge him at the rack.
They gave that one to Brady.
Maurer gets it. Should have been on 15, I thought. Their leading scorer has got his second of the ball game. Misses the and one. Empty on that free throw attempt. Centerville with a 4-point lead. Oh, Youngman threw a rifle shot over to Muckeride. Muckeride wasn't expecting it to come with that kind of heat on it. That's a turnover, North Decatur.
Odell checks in for Youngman.
Maurer contests from the elbow. Hollendonner's shot is off. Bounce on the rim 3 times. Rebound by Centerville. Twice they get the offensive rebound. Still come up empty.
Cooper comes away with it.
Muckeride dribbles down, sets the offense.
Back in the zone, looks like
they're still
time.
in that 2-3 matchup zone. They trap down in the corner. Maurer gets the ball tipped away from him. Turnover North Decatur. Back the other way comes Centerville. Centerville, ooh, he took an awkward step, but he puts it in, does Viscera. for their 6th point of the ball game. And they like that transition. Same thing that got North Decatur in trouble against Northwood. I think we lucked out there, Todd. I think that should be Centerville ball.
Looks like Owen Eldridge is going to check in for Brady Maurer. They're very aggressive out in the passing lanes.
Muckerhide over to the wing to Odell. Morse has got it at the elbow, looks away and finds Muckerhide. Muckerhide gets his stuff swatted out of bounds at the underneath their bucket. North Decatur's going to retain possession.
Caden's got to learn to use a shot fake there. I mean, he's 5'9" or whatever, and, you know, shot fake and go to the line.
4 count on the inbounds. We threw it away. Threw inbound to Eldridge. Eldridge looks back to Muckerhide and throws the ball away. Another turnover. This time a 3-point attempt, and transition is good for the Bulldogs over on the left wing. That one by Kaiser. Landon Kaiser, the sophomore, cans that one home. North Decatur back the other way, now trailing by 9. 9-0 here early. Muckerhide dribbles, kicks to Cooper. Cooper swings it, and Logan Odell banks one home. Banks are still open in Richmond, Todd.
Yeah, it is Thursday.
It's Thursday, midday business hours. He can use that bank just like that. Odell puts one on the board. First points of the ball game for the Chargers. Scrappy defensive effort here on this possession for the Chargers. Owen Eldridge gets airborne on the post player, but he was patient, puts it up.
Is there such thing as 3 seconds still?
But he was in there a long time. He was very patient. I use the word patient. That was Nathan Dickinson, the senior, from the block. Centerville stays in this 2-3 matchup zone. Swing over to Muckerhide, right wing, look for Owen Eldridge on the block. He gets in trouble. He gets trapped, kicks to Muckerhide. Muckerhide on the bounce, kicks it over to Odell on the opposite side of the court. That shot just off the back iron, rebounded by Centerville. Centerville back the other way in a hurry, finds Hollendonner on the block, and he's going to be fouled and go to the line. Missed the shot, but I think Morris just picked up his second.
Looks like Youngman and Snell going to check in for the Chargers.
Hollendonner on the line gets the first. Eldridge and Morris out, Snell and Youngman in. The Bulldogs leading scorer standing at the line here to try to chart his 6th of the ball game. They've got 12. 12-3 is the count. Misses the second. Back the other way quickly is Muckerhide on the miss. Now they set it up. Bulldogs are in man-to-man. Muckerhide beats his man off the dribble, stops on the block, pauses, goes up with it, misses the shot, gets his own, and now he's fouled.
Good job that time using the shot fake. Just missed the basket, but he did get his offensive rebound. He's going to go to the line for a pair of Big Sky free throws. First one is good.
Muckerhide gets the first of 2. 4th point of the ball game. They trail 4-2 or 4-12 with 3:10 left in the first. Muckerhide hard off the back iron, but gets a shooter's bounce. Gets a second to go. North Decatur in man-to-man defense. Centerville feeds the post down deep, and a little curl action off the post feed. Hollendonner's at the rack. Youngman slaps it away and gets it away from him on the steal. Tough defense. Boy, everything goes through 12, Todd.
Yep. They do a nice job of screening and cutting.
And he always finds himself with the basketball deep in Charger territory. Youngman from the corner with a 3. It is short. He chases his own, spins nicely off of it. Oh, just missed the bunny. That was a good aggressive rebound by Youngman on the offensive glass, and North Decatur has their 5th offensive rebound of the game. Timeout Centerville with a 7-point lead. They're going to talk it over.
Looks like it'll be a 30. We'll keep it right here. Chargers struggling. 1 field goal, Matt.
1 field goal.
That's a banked-in 3-pointer by Logan Odell.
That's right. We talk, though. It's business hours, Todd. He's allowed to do that. Now, if this is a Friday night game, you question it. You wouldn't think that the validity of that is very legit. you guys can enjoy the entertainment because the 15-inch PV down there is blaring in our face.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to hear every note out of it.
Don't know who's got the playlist, but
I feel like that's coming off of assistant coach Brent Muckerhide's phone, would be my guess. Him or Lucas Hostetler. Centerville's got the ball underneath their own bucket. North Decatur in man-to-man defense after the timeout. Crossing action in the paint, gets them a layup. That one good by Joe Martin, the junior.
that's just poor defense by the Chargers. No talk on the screen.
Real simple inbound cross. Now Muckerhide breaks his ankles on the dribble. It gets hammered as he goes to the rack, and no question in that one. A lot of body. Puts number 5 to the ground. He's going to get 2 more free throws.
He'll be back to line for a pair of Big Sky free throws. Muck's first one. That's good.
Rattles that one home.
Second one.
Rattles out. 8-point lead for the Bulldogs as they bring it up the floor. Swing over to the left-hand side, now back to the top as they swing it around the perimeter. Good cut off the pass. Ball screens, cutting galore. North Decatur's got their hands full in this man-to-man defense, but so far they've kept them out of the paint. Another cutter. Marshall Snell's there to defend it. Tips it away in turnover there by the Bulldogs, and that was defensive forced. Quickly up to the right-hand side, Logan Odell uncorks the 3. Snell's in on the rebound again. Loose ball, just couldn't come up with it. Snell's hands are active at the moment. Getting some hustle plays out of number 31. Now he's got the ball on the point. Right-hand wing. Bounces it over here to Martin.
He traveled.
Martin, the sophomore, looked like he had a little misstep in his footwork. Muckerhide gets a hand in the passing lane. He's the other way. He's at the rack. And he rattles it home. Used all the rim. Used every bit of it.
Yeah.
It's all right. That's what it's there for.
Third turnover by Centerville. Chargers within 6.
Ooh, easy. Muckerhide a little aggressive, playing up behind in the post right now against the larger Joe Martin, the junior. Muckerhide cuts it off that time. They're looking in. They want to get that ball in the post. There they do. They had the mismatch on Muckerhide. And McCord, Caden McCord, the sophomore, puts it up over number 5. Takes an 8-point lead back the other way quickly out of the Chargers. Cooper with a little fancy footwork down on the block with a shot fake and spin up and under and puts it in. 6-point lead here for the Bulldogs with 30 seconds left in the first quarter. They're going to walk it up. Likely trying to get the last shot of the first quarter here anyway. Cooper Palmer's on the ball. The pass comes over to the wing. It's top of the key now. Snell gets a ball up. Palmer's got it over on the wing. Now Logan Odell reaches for the passing lane and misses. And now we got a little shove there. He stopped right in front of Logan Odell, and his momentum pushed him into him. And what would have looked like a travel was caused by the foul. Now wholesale substitutions for Centerville. Corbin Thackeray comes in for there it is.
Be the 15th foul on the Chargers. He'll be going to the line for 2.
Who's that call on? I missed it.
Corbin Thackeray.
Corbin comes into the game, gets in the stat book right away. His first foul, 5th team foul here with 2.6 seconds left in the first quarter. Right before it resets, we're going to put Hollandoner at the line. This will be his 4th attempt from the line here in the first quarter.
What you didn't want them to do is score right here because they get the ball coming back out in 2.6 seconds. So
That is their possession arrow. Hollandoner gets the first, extends the lead to 7. Second one on the way, it is good. Muckerhide pushes at the timeline with the second left, heaves the half corner, and that was That was in. It was in line. It was just a little high off the glass, sent it off the front of the rim. Looked pretty good from 50 feet.
That was awfully close. We'll get a couple commercials. Be back for second quarter action.
The wrap-up the year sales event is underway at Acre Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Right now, the crew at Acres have great deals, incentives, and blowout pricing on all new 2023 vehicles. New 2023 Ram trucks save up to $15,000 off MSRP. And pre-owned vehicles are red tag sale price to move to make room for the new 2024 models. See Josh Camplain, Tony DiLoretto, Kevin Milburn, or Dan Rubel for the wrap-up the year sales event at Acre Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Greensburg.
All right, back here at Dennis Intermediate School, I think it was.
Yeah.
Chargers trailing by 8 after 18-10. Chargers shoot 3 of 14 that quarter, Matt.
That's not a very good percentage, Todd. I'm not a math major.
Even Common Core math, we can't make that pretty.
You don't have to be an AP student to do that statistic. We got to shoot better. You know, Centerville's getting good shots, though, too. They're cutting hard to the basket, a lot of curls, a lot of ball screens. In this man-to-man defense, North Decatur sticks with it. Another curl. That time that's rejected by Owen Eldridge. Too quick out to the sideline break, though, and that one gets thrown away. Centerville was able to recover it. Walked back up by Vasera. Holland Donner curls in the paint, but ooh, they caught him. That's a good call. He did shuffle his feet there.
That's the 5th turnover on Centerville.
So far, this official crew has been right on top of things. Maurer cross-court pass to Odell, back to Muckride at the top of the key. We reset. Centerville has faded into a, no, they're still in that matchup zone, aren't they?
Yep.
They trap the corner. Muckerhide's got it at the top of the key, tries to take him off the dribble, backs it back out of there. Now he picks up his dribble, throws it over to Odell on the right wing, back to Muckerhide on the left wing. Reset, facing this 2-3 zone, throws down to Maurer in the corner. Maurer gets one off, it's short. Odell gets the offensive rebound, tips it over to Eldridge. Ooh, called him for a travel. Awkwardly.
5th turnover on the Chargers.
North Decatur incredibly active on the offensive glass. They lead the offensive rebound column 5-2 at the moment. In my novice statistician efforts.
And there's a dribble out of bounds.
Well, he just dribbled it right out of bounds. You got to keep it within the walls of the court. That's why they paint that. That's why they paint that green stripe around there, Colt. Muckerhide walks it up. Now they've extended this zone pressure to the timeline, similar to what Northwood did. Around the perimeter they go. They find Maurer over to the right side. He pulls the trigger on the three. It's no good, but another offensive rebound for North Decatur. Muckerhide penetrates to the elbow, pulls up from 15. He gets it to go.
Brings the Chargers within 6, 18-12.
Over to the left wing. Now over to the right side. Now you got a cutter. Hollandonner in the middle of the paint. Loses the handle. Odell goes the other way. Another turnover by Centerville, and they're having a hard time keeping hold of the ball. Odell's got a clear look in the right corner. It's too strong. Almost rebounded by Eldridge. Now Hollandonner is off to the races. Muckerhide cuts underneath him. He goes up and around and misses the layup. Back to North Decatur. Muckerhide pushes. He goes to the rack. He's hard off the iron. Eldridge gets the offensive rebound. And Brady Maurer attempts the long three. It is no good. Eldridge throws it over his head, 2 hands trying to save it. The kid goes to the ground. There is no red jersey that made contact with that guy, was there?
Sure didn't look like it.
I thought he ran into his own teammate. I think Maurer's going to get tagged with that foul. I don't know that that's the right call, but I guess that's why I get paid to sit up here and have opinions. Did he end up getting that? Yeah, that's Maurer's second foul.
Second.
That's a tough one. North Decatur trails by 6. Pass to the elbow to Hollandonner. Hollandonner up and under. Odell slaps it away, and another turnover created by the Charger defense. Muckerhide quick over to the right-hand side. Sees the trailing Parmer. Parmer knifes to the goal, and he gets all of that body. I think he's going to get fouled by number 23.
Parmer will be going to the line for a pair of Big Sky free throws. Chance to pull the Chargers within 4.
That's the first foul on Trevor Thornburg. And Parmer at the line. He's got a pair of them.
First Big Sky free throw is no good.
It's flat. It's got to get over the rim to go in it. Some legs under it, Coop. Second attempt, a little more arch. Hits the back of the iron. No good. Misses them both.
They're called free throws for a reason, Morris.
Yeah. Nobody gets to guard you. So now quick curl by Hollandonner, and he's at the rim again and gets another bucket. Well, I clearly see how he gets his 24 points a game, Todd.
Yep.
He goes at the rim aggressively.
Well, just a nice back screen and no communication by the Chargers.
Odell, ball screen for Muckerhide. Muckerhide gets hit as he shoots the 10-footer right in the middle of the paint. It's no good, out of bounds. Yeah, Muckerhide's looking back and with his hands open thinking, what do I got to do to get a foul on the shot?
(20 to 12), Centerville.
Odell, active hands, gets another takeaway for the Charger defense. Muckerhide across the timeline, doesn't have the numbers, pulls up, throws to Youngman over the right wing. Now he gets double teamed. He's got to be strong with the basketball, chucks it back to Muckerhide. Muckerhide tries to throw it off the Bulldog's leg, and it stayed in bounds. Hollandonner comes up with it, another layup for him. That's another reason Hollandonner's shooting 60% from the field, Todd. That's obvious to me. He doesn't shoot very many from range.
That's a foul.
Cooper trapped in the corner is getting mugged. Now Eldridge picks up his dribble over there. He throws it away. Back the other way quickly is Centerville. Shot fake up in the air goes Parmer. They get their own offensive board. He goes at it again, misses that one. This time Centerville knocks it out of bounds. And boy, we got to come up with a rebound off the glass. Transition has been the story of the day. The thorn in the side of the Chargers. Not getting back. Trail this one by 10 here, 22 to 12. Muckerhide with the ball, top of the key, working against this zone. Trying to get some space. Morris is back in the game. He's at the top of the key. Kicks it over to Logan Odell. Back to Morris. Morris operating from the wing. Finds Odell in the corner. Odell cans it from 3.
Charger in the barn for Logan Odell.
Only the Chargers' second field goal in 5 minutes of the second quarter. Ends a long drought. Now Hollandonner over to the wing. Boy, Muckerhide took an elbow in the face, and he's going to get called. That's Johnny on the spot right there. Swung the ball through, but put an elbow in Five's face. That kid.
In college, we'd have to go look at the screen and see if that's flagrant 1, flagrant 2.
That's a flagrant 2. Well, I tell you what, Muckerhide catches more with his face than anybody I know.
That's the 10th turnover on Centerville here in the first half.
Muckerhide's 10th goose egg of the season, too. Oh, nice pass down to Eldridge. Eldridge is in the block trying to go to work, goes up and under. Probably a little too much. If he just kept it simple, he might have had one there. Muckerhide gets the offensive board. He's at the top of the key. Chargers crash again and get another offensive board. Now they find a cutting Muckerhide. Muckerhide soft, too soft off the front iron. No good, but they had 2 cracks at it. 3 cracks at it. Timeout Centerville. He's going to talk about rebounding during this timeout. He's not happy about it.
It's going to be a 30, so we'll keep it right here.
North Decatur, according to my novice attempt here, has 10 offensive boards in this half.
Out of that, though, Matt.
Not very many putbacks.
I don't think we've got a putback.
Not very many putbacks.
Pretty sure we don't have a second chance point out all that. Chargers only got 5 field goals on the game, so of course only got 15 points. Luckily, they have forced 10 turnovers by Centerville.
It's the only thing keeping them in the game here. They trail by 7. 2.5 left in the second quarter. Sarah brings it up, kicks it over to the wing. That's Brown. Morris giving pressure. Switching everything down to Becerra in the paint. Little post move, left goes to the left shoulder, left hook, up and in.
It's amazing what a couple screens will do, Matt.
Well, they do. They cut and move well. Come this way. Morris sets a ball screen for Mucker Hyde, top of the key. Mucker Hyde beats his guy off the dribble. Tough catch over there in the corner by Odell. Gets it back to Mucker Hyde. Mucker Hyde goes up and misses the layup. Mucker Hyde cuts off, and he got there late. Reaches in on Becerra.
Picks up his second foul. Maybe that's Caden's first.
Whoops. Yeah, that is. I got Caden for 1. Ball's on the floor, everybody's scrum. Scrappy defense being played by North Decatur right now in this man-to-man. Centerville's just finding the open cutter at the right time and getting good shot selection. A lot of movement from the Bulldogs. North Decatur doing a good job keeping it out of the house at the moment. Odell on the ball. Now Mucker Hyde's got the ball at the top of the key. Oh, Odell comes up with one, knocks it away. Morris ends up with it. Throws a nice cross-court bounce pass over Mucker Hyde. He pump fakes. He's up, and he's good.
There you go. There's the shot fake we were talking about earlier.
Nice patient break there from Morris to Mucker Hyde.
Brings the Chargers within 7.
Lead down to 7. Defense is increasing here intensity is increasing here for the Charger defense. 49 seconds left in the half. Ooh, he threaded the needle under the bucket and he missed the bunny. That's going to be rebounded momentarily by North Decatur, but they come up with it. The Bulldogs' second chance opportunity, and they capitalize. Man, we had that rebound all but collected.
Got to come up that loose ball.
Ball was a little greasy at the top of the key on the outlet. Centerville comes up with it. Mucker Hyde now with 25 seconds to work. Does a jump stop over the top and lays it in. Nice move there by Caden Mucker Hyde. Eldridge contests the 3. There's 10 seconds left. Mucker Hyde comes up with a defensive rebound. And there's a foul here by Centerville, full length of the court. But with 10.3 seconds left and only 2 team fouls for Centerville, they're going to have to go to the length of the court in 10 seconds for the last shot of the half.
Youngman will check back in for Morris here for the final 10 seconds. Chargers could use a little momentum with a bucket here.
And cut this lead to 5 here with a bucket right before the halftime break. Mucker Hyde, crossover, breaks his ankles, pulls up from 16, and it's halfway down and doesn't fall. 1 second left, and they get it all the way up to the top of the key, and the floater is no good by Holland Donner. And that takes us to the half, 26-19. Centerville leads by 7. North Decatur will go to the locker room, talk it over, and we'll be back here with some stats here shortly.
This is Michelle Gauk with Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep. With over 30 years of experience in the car business, we know the key to success is providing superior customer service before and after the sale. At Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep, service is not just a promise, it's a guarantee. We have a trained, low-pressure sales staff ready to serve you. We have a service department with Chrysler-certified technicians with years of experience and all the latest diagnostic equipment. Service before and after the sale. Why go anywhere else? Please visit us at Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep or online 24 hours a day at BatesvilleChryslerDodgeJeep.com.
2 seconds to go. The shot's up on the rim, and it's.
Don't wait till the end of the game and the final buzzer to take your shot for a newer vehicle at Buy Right Auto. Great game-winning vehicles and deals with Buy Right Auto's experienced team. Win the game with a vehicle from Buy Right Auto, Greensburg's used car superstore, 920 North Michigan Avenue, or call 812-662-9922 today.
Walters Tire is your Michelin Farm tire dealer. They carry a big selection of ag tires, and farmers, when tire issues bring you to a stop, the Walters service trucks will be out, get it fixed, and get production rolling again. Walters Tire services all of southeastern Indiana. And now, through the end of the year, you can get $200 back in rebate savings on the purchase of 4 select Goodyear or Kelly tires when you use your Goodyear credit card. Walters Tire, 220 West Main in Greensburg.
JC Bank is now open in Greensburg at 1035 North Lincoln Street, bringing over a century of community banking to you. JC Bank supports local high school sports teams, helping young athletes thrive for stronger communities. They offer top-notch banking, investments, and trust services. Whether you need a mortgage or business banking, JC Bank is here for you. Learn more at jcbank.com. JC Bank, the bank for your street, not Wall Street. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, Todd Meyer back alongside Matt Morris for the Stones Farm Service halftime show.
And the music in the background taught us like we're doing this at the side of your pool.
All right, that's what we like.
You know what I mean?
Just think about the margaritas we'd be
Sounds
drinking.
just like the Mauer pool in the summer. Just envision July.
Yeah, that's the kind of music I normally listen to.
Yeah, that's what I was going with. You want me to start?
Go ahead.
All right, stats in the first half. North Decatur trails 26-19. Leading scorer for the Chargers has been Caden Muckerhide. He's got 11. Logan Odell's got 6 points with 2 threes, and Cooper Palmer's added a bucket underneath, and that's it. I mean, that's our 19 points for the half. On the other side of things, their leading scorer, Holland Donner's got 11. That's a little under half of his normal production at 24 a game, but they've spread things out really well. As Todd was saying, their ball movement and their cuts and their curls is pretty aggressive. Vicera's got 6, and then there's a host of them with 2 or 3 and 4 other players. North Decatur did a good job rebounding in that half. They had 10 offensive boards, but like Todd said too, we didn't get a whole lot of second chance buckets off of that. We just kept missing putbacks. We were able to tip the ball around and capture it offensively, but 10 offensive rebounds to their 4, and the defensive glass was pretty light for the Chargers because they didn't miss much.
I had the Chargers shooting 7 of 27 for 26% that half, Matt.
Yeah, we got to shoot better than that to win a ball game.
2 of 14 from behind the arc for 14.2%. Chargers commit 7 turnovers and 11 turnovers by the Bulldogs. So
Centerville had quite a few turnovers, and that kept North Decatur in the ball game, but we just didn't convert it the other end with that kind of shooting percentage. Obviously, like you force a team with that many mistakes, you like to capitalize on that. Same with the offensive glass. You've got to come up with some of those putbacks. So it wasn't for the sake of having chances. We just didn't execute.
Yep, and we forced them into 8 turnovers there in that second period. But like I said, just couldn't convert. Only had 3 field goals in the second half. Caden had 2, and Odell had a 3 from the corner there. So kind of a struggle to shoot the ball. We really struggled to shoot it a little bit this morning. I forget what our final percentage ended up being, but didn't have a real good offensive morning either. So.
Now Centerville's been playing that 2-3 matchup zone. We like to take that ball down to the corner, and we get 3s from that corner pretty regularly. But right now Centerville is taking us away from that part of our game altogether. They'll come with that trap. The top man in that zone in that wing will come down, and it has pinned Brady down there once or twice. It's got Logan Odell once or twice. It's forced some turnovers. North Decatur's got to adjust, keep the ball in the middle of the floor, and penetrate against that zone. Same thing we said against Northwood, but Centerville's been pretty content with staying in that matchup 2-3. And right now we don't have the answer for it, and therefore we trail by 7.
Yep. Luckily we're only down 7 though. We haven't played very well, and like I said, we had a chance to make it 5 there, but could have been a lot worse. Just when you come out and shoot 26%, and like I say, they played fairly well. I felt like they do a really nice job of moving, cutting, and screening.
Aggressive. They are a downhill to the rim type of team. That ball will start at the timeline or the volleyball spike line, but by the time the possession's over, They've got 4 players down below the backside of the volleyball court between the block and the end of the volleyball court. And they hover around that rim and they attack it, I guess is the best way to say it. North Decatur's defense is doing a nice job for the most part keeping it out of the house, but it eventually breaks down with their aggression.
So it looks like in Norse man, too, they're trying to switch a lot of them, you know, and if you're going to do that, that's fine, but you've got to communicate. So if you're getting back screen, you've got to let the guy know you're going to switch. Otherwise, somebody's wide open under the bucket.
Well, we've been an automatic switch team for most of the season, and I think that works well at times, but with Centerville's aggression and their downhill cuts, that little delay of communication and, you know, making sure that both parties in that switch are on top of things is just enough to provide a seam for Centerville to get to the rim. And it's been pretty effective for them here for the first half.
And I don't know, man. I don't keep their shot chart, but I don't know what their outside percentage would be from the year, but
I can't think of very many that they've shot from 15 or more.
I was going to say, I don't know that they hardly shot a three-pointer. So, you know, maybe the Chargers can look at playing a little zone. I know they don't play a lot of zone defense, but
I thought that's what they were going to come out in, and talking to the coaching staff during our pregame interview down here, I thought they were going to come out in a 2-3, but we played mainly man. I don't think we played any 2-3 that half, did we?
I don't remember us being in 2-3 at all. So, and maybe such thing too. I know as a coach, sometimes when you play a 2-3, you feel like your players get a little lazy. They don't rebound. They, you know, so maybe because we had the layover in between, and maybe they didn't want to play the 2-3. I don't know, but
we'll see what adjustments they make at half. But I wouldn't be shocked to see them come out with it to keep this Bulldog offense out of the paint.
Yeah. You know, watching them warm up, I would try to make them beat me from the outside.
Not judging, but that's pretty sloppy at that end, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not a lot of shots falling.
All right, we're about 2 minutes away here. We'll get a couple commercial breaks. I'd like to thank Stone's Farm Service for being our halftime sponsor. But we'll be back for second half action here from Richmond, where the Chargers trail 26-19 to the Centerville Bulldogs.
2 seconds to go. The shot's up on the rim, and it's.
Don't wait till the end of the game and the final buzzer to take your shot for a newer vehicle at Buy-Right Auto. Great game-winning vehicles and deals with Buy-Right Auto's experienced team. Win the game with a vehicle from Buy-Right Auto, Greensburg's used car superstore, 920 North Michigan Avenue, or call 812-662-9922 today.
Walters Tire is your Michelin Farm tire dealer. They carry a big selection of ag tires, and farmers, when tire issues bring you to a stop, the Walters service trucks will be out, get it fixed, and get production rolling again. Walters Tire services all of southeastern Indiana. And now, through the end of the year, you can get $200 back in rebate savings on the purchase of 4 select Goodyear or Kelly tires when you use your Goodyear credit card. Walters Tire, 220 West Main in Greensburg.
JC Bank is now open in Greensburg at 1035 North Lincoln Street, bringing over a century of community banking to you. JC Bank supports local high school sports teams, helping young athletes thrive for stronger communities. They offer top-notch banking, investments, and trust services. Whether you need a mortgage or business banking, JC Bank is here for you. Learn more at jcbank.com. JC Bank, the bank for your street, not Wall Street. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, back here at Dennis Intermediate School. Chargers trailing 26-19 as we get ready to start the second half action. This is Todd Maurer alongside Matt Morris bringing you the boys' holiday tourney. Like the Chargers will go back with their starting 5.
North Decatur is going to start the second half with the ball. And trailing by 7. Muckerhide brings it up. They're going to stay in this matchup 2-3. Cooper Palmer and Muckerhide at the top of the zone right now. Morris is working the free throw line, trying to set a ball screen on the top of that zone. Youngman gets it stripped away, fighting for the ball. I don't know who that's off of. They're going to say it's white ball off of Chase's heel.
Chargers' 8th turnover of the game. Muckride just about comes away with the steal. Goes out of bounds. Will stay with Centerville.
Centerville's first possession in the second half. Little handoff to the guy that threw the ball in. He's top of the key. He's going to dribble over to the left-hand side. Cooper Palmer gives up ground, gets him to pick up his dribble on the block, and now he's in trouble, and he shoves Palmer over, and Palmer's going to get called for the foul. Huh.
How's that work?
Yeah, well, I thought in general, he who initiated the contact probably gets called, but not that time. That foul called on Cooper. It was his first of the game. Nate Morris gets the rebound. The other way they go. Pushes up the right-hand side. He dishes off to Muckerhide. Muckerhide's at the wing. Over to Youngman, now at the elbow. Morris, nice back cut to Muckerhide. Morris is at the elbow, and then he kicks over to Maurer. He dribbles all the way through. It is no good. Just off on the baseline jumper. Rebounded by Palmer, and he gets shoved to the ground again. This time he's going to be the recipient of the foul. Another offensive rebound for the Chargers.
Good ball movement by the Chargers. Brady just unable to convert.
Finally got the ball in the middle of that zone and found the cutting Muckerhide off of it. Dickinson's called for the foul here for the Bulldogs. Again, Morris gets the ball at the elbow, kicks to Maurer. Maurer doesn't have a shot. Oh, nice pass by Cooper from the short corner. Morris misses the 5-footer, rebounds the ball of his own, and back to Muckerhide. Now Youngman from the top of the key drains it. Chargers keep the ball. Chargers keep the ball alive again. Story of this game has kept us in it is the offensive glass. Centerville throws it away again.
12th turnover of the game. Chargers chance to cut into this 4-point lead.
4-point lead here for Centerville. Muckerhide walks across the timeline. They're still in the zone. Morris is working the high post at the elbow. Oh, he's got him. Oh, Morris didn't realize it. Cooper Palmer working a high post. Now Muckerhide and Youngman are at the top of this zone, handling the ball, try to force one into Morris. It's batted away. Bounce pass. Bounce pass. That was knocked away by Dickinson.
A lot harder to deflect that bounce pass.
North Decatur retains possession because it went off out of bounds at the sideline off of Dickinson. Muckerhide and Palmer at the top of the zone, floating Morris, and Maurer's down in the corner there off of Cooper Palmer's pass. He's short on the three. Muckerhide for momentarily keeps it alive. He gets a hold of it. Good hustle. Morris gets it in the middle of the paint, kicks it out to Youngman. He drains it. And again, another ball kept alive by the Charger offense, and that's going to cause a Centerville timeout as North Decatur pulls within one.
Offensive rebounds, I think that might be our first second chance point, but has kept us in this game, Matt.
13 offensive glass rebounds for the Chargers, and they trail by one.
That's going to be a full, so we'll get a quick commercial here.
Sports are being brought to you in part by Chris Tebby with Hamilton and Tebby Law Office in Greensburg. Hamilton and Tebby specialize in business, estate, and family law, criminal defense, guardianships, wills, trusts, and more. Hamilton and Tebby Law Office is located at 117 South Broadway in Greensburg. If the ball's in your court, call 812-663-4082 about their legal services today.
All right, we're back at the Bob Wettig Memorial Basketball Tournament in Richmond, Indiana on a Thursday afternoon. I'm Matt Morris alongside of Todd Maurer. And Todd, North Decatur's just pulled within one and had some momentum, caused the Centerville timeout there.
Yeah, good to see Chase finally knock down a couple shots. He struggled a little bit today, and we all know Chase, when he gets hot, he can put it in the basket. So,
and again, another bucket and momentum created off of the offensive glass for North Decatur. Centerville takes the timeout, regroups. Now they're going to bring the ball up the floor here. Becerra leads the charge, kicks over to the wing to Kaiser. Kaiser to Brown. Now they cutting Brown on the curl. He misses it from the block. Maurer comes up with a rebound on the defensive side of things. Muckerhide comes back this way. Now Centerville will be in man defense.
I think they're in a man when they miss a shot.
Muckerhide goes to the rack. Nice dime dropped off to Brady Maurer, who was on the opposite block, but nice pass by Caden Muckerhide.
Good job not forcing that one up there. Chargers take their first lead, 27-26. He just traveled, and they're going to call him for it.
Not going to let him get away with it. That was Bryson Brown, the freshman on the floor for the Bulldogs. He gets caught for the travel. He's going to come out of the game. They're going to plug the senior, Nathan Dickinson, back in.
That's his 13th, or the 13th turnover on Centerville.
Centerville plagued by turnovers in this game. North Decatur dominating the offensive glass. We just got to get shots to fall. Palmer over to Muckerhide. Muckerhide from the wing, cans the three. The Chargers starting to heat up.
Muckerhide with a Charger in the barn gives the Chargers a 4-point lead.
North Decatur trailed by 1, now lead by 4. Morris on Hollendollar. And the big three out of Trevor Thornburg, the senior, gets Centerville's first bucket of the quarter. Muckerhide, I thought he was going to pull the trigger, finds Morris in the paint. Morris turns and kicks to Maurer. Maurer's got wide open look in the corner, and he drains it.
Another Charger in the barn, Brady Maurer.
Fourth three of the quarter for North Decatur. Now
He just traveled again.
Boy.
14th turnover.
Centerville plagued by turnovers. They bring a couple fresh bodies off the bench, hoping they're a little more focused.
Chargers look to extend this 4-point lead here.
Muckerhide crosses the timeline at midcourt. Give to Palmer, cuts off of it. Palmer back to Muckerhide. Muckerhide's going to take that to the rack, finds Maurer camping in the corner all by himself. Hits another one. Brady Maurer with another three.
Chargers up 7.
Hollendollar cutting to the, he got bumped. And
Brady has got to get down there on that baseline.
Hollendollar, I cannot say his name this half. Hollendollar? HD.
I know it's easy to sit here and say this, Matt, but I'd sure make that kid beat me from the outside.
Yep. He lives at the rim. Now Morris is on him. Try not to let him get it. Who's this kid? His first time.
25.
Keith Piley Jr. is on the floor. Hollendollar, entry pass. Muckerhide knocks it away. Morris
Chargers
collects the loose ball back to Muckerhide. Chargers force it. Yet another turnover. Muckerhide brings it up the floor. He hesitates. Maurer's got the hot hand. Finds him from the wing. That one's short. Almost rebound offensively there. Morris got shoved to the ground. Cooper Palmer's on the defensive end. And, boy, he's straight up.
Well, it's just a tough call. Good defense by Cooper Palmer.
Palmer's giving ground. Hollendollar goes right at him. Palmer gets tagged for the foul. That's Cooper's second of the ball game. Hollendollar at the line to shoot 2. North Decatur has dominated this third quarter. Hollendollar gets the first. That's their 4th point of the quarter.
That was a second foul on Cooper Palmer.
That's right. North Decatur has 5 threes and another field goal for 17 in the quarter. Hollendollar gets them both. North Decatur leads by 5. Muckerhide walks across the timeline. They're in a 1-2-2. With the wing spread wide, Palmer's got it with the wing. Maurer backing out to the corner. Pass gets away from him. That was a turnover by North Decatur.
Caden was trying to give it to Brady on the short corner, and Brady was trying to back out to the three-point line.
He was making a long corner. The pass was to the short corner. Morris on Hollendollar. He curls off the screen. Morris walls him up, pushes him out. Youngman on the ball at the top of the key. Hollendollar's got it back on the right wing. Another cutter, another curl. We're doing a better job this half cutting those curls off. The penetration and Centerville kind of looks lost without those off-ball screens and those curls. Now they get it down on the block finally. That's where they live, and that's where they're going to score.
You got to do a better job of taking that cut away early.
Well, they had done it for four attempts there on that possession, but the last one got them.
Youngman, no good from the corner. Chargers hanging on to a 3-point lead. Minute 45 to go in the Kennelly and Daughter third quarter.
Kaiser finds it a block extended again. Now it's back out to Powell Jr. and Youngman tries to get in the passing lane. He's a little late. He recovers. The ball is loose. It's picked up by their post player. Kicks back to Powell Jr. on the wing. Back to the top to Holland Donner. Morris is on him, giving him some space here. Boy, they're really wanting to get low off these curls, and it's not happening. Morris knocks that one away momentarily. Holland Donner gets it back, and now it's a scrum. Centerville comes up with it and the miss. Point blank range. Muckerhide gets the defensive rebound.
Maurer got the rebound.
Thank you.
Chargers looking to extend on their 3-point lead here in the final minute of this Kennelly and Daughter third quarter.
2-3 zone out of the Bulldogs again. Morris finds Maurer in that corner. Long pass over there, and he cans it home.
His third one from the corner. Another Charger in the barn.
6-point lead here for North Decatur, 39-33 with 45 seconds left, and almost turned over. Holland Donner comes up with it. Morris stuck his nose in there. Taking Centerville out of their game here and just dominated this third quarter. North Decatur impressing their will defensively. There's a back cut. Holland Donner gets it underneath the bucket and finds a way to get it up and in. That is only their third field goal of the third quarter. Now they extend the 2-3 zone here. There's 15 seconds left in the quarter. They're going to trap out of it. Muckeride's just going to dribble all the way around and take it to the cup and score. Muckeride having a day. That was his 16th point. Now a loose ball, another turnover. Youngman with 3 seconds finds Muckeride. Muckeride puts it in for another bucket. And that's a heck of a third quarter by the Charger offense. And that's how we're going to end it. 43-35 is the lead. We'll be right back here with more coverage from the Bob Weddick tournament. You're listening to Charger Basketball on WTRE.
This is Michelle Gauk with Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep. With over 30 years of experience in the car business, we know the key to success is providing superior customer service before and after the sale. At Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep, service is not just a promise, it's a guarantee. We have a trained, low-pressure sales staff ready to serve you. We have a service department with Chrysler-certified technicians with years of experience and all the latest diagnostic equipment. Service before and after the sale. Why go anywhere else? Please visit us at Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep or online 24 hours a day at BatesvilleChryslerDodgeJeep.com.
Back here at Richmond, Indiana, Dennis Intermediate School, the Chargers have taken the lead 43-35 in the Kennelly and Daughter third quarter. We are heading to the Napoleon State Bank fourth quarter with the Chargers and an 8-point lead. Matt, Chargers done a nice job that quarter. Shoot 9 of 14 from the field, 6 of 10 from behind the arc.
Yeah, they had a whale. I was just trying to get my math to add up, but they lead 43-35. They had 26 points in that quarter, I believe. That doesn't add up. I'm going to have a math problem on my hands when it's all said and done.
I don't know. Do we have any free throws?
I don't know. I don't have us for any, but.
So that's 24 points.
All right, well, I had an extra deuce on here. Take that back off. Anyway, they win that quarter 24-9.
Backdoor cut by Centerville is deflected out of bounds by Logan Odell. Chargers have Odell, Muckerhide, Youngman, Parmer, and Eldridge. I can't even start to say that name, so I'm not even going to mention
Holland
it.
Donner had the ball at the top of the key. He tries to cut, curl, get back down to that block where he likes to live, and he's fouled by Eldridge.
Well, I just don't know what else you can do as a defensive player. I mean, Owen's standing there with his arms straight up in the air.
Puts Holland Donner to the line. This will be his 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th and 9th attempt for the game. Hard off the back iron, no good.
You know, the kid's right-handed, but he likes going to that left side of the bucket there, if you noticed.
Yep.
I mean, every time it seems like he curls that way, so.
Might be right-handed, but he's left-footed. He likes to plan off that left foot and go to the rack.
Knocks home the second. Chargers up 6.
(43-36), 7-point lead here for North Decatur. Kick over to the right-hand side is Logan Odell. He picks up his dribble and an unsightly time, and then he picked up his pivot foot. And according to the official, that's a travel. Turnover, Centerville basketball from the side in front of the scores table. Fourth quarter here, 7 minutes to go in this ball game. Parmer on the ball, has got Holland on her. Nice cut there, taken away by Muckerhide. Another Centerville turnover. As long as Youngman can keep up with it, he does. He gets fouled, trying to collect the loose ball.
That's the 17th turnover I have for Centerville.
Centerville having a hard time taking care of the basketball. That is a second foul on Nathan Dickinson. They do not foul very much. Muckerhide, risky pass from Parmer back to Muckerhide. Parmer's got it on the wing, now back to Muck. Looking for a ball screen at the top of the key. Muckerhide kicks over to Parmer, down to Youngman in the corner. Now he's trapped and he's got to get out of it. Timeout by Coach Metz, saves the day with a timeout clear across the court.
Cannot pick that dribble up there. So
they're going to trap you. I don't know what he took. Take a full or 30? Full timeout.
I think it's full. We're sitting on the benches. So
you gonna pay some more bills?
We'll pay some bills. Be back.
Sports are being brought to you in part by Chris Tebby with Hamilton and Tebby Law Office in Greensburg. Hamilton and Tebby specialize in business, estate, and family law, criminal defense, guardianships, wills, trusts, and more. Hamilton and Tebby Law Office is located at 117 South Broadway in Greensburg. If the ball's in your court, call 812-663-4082 about their legal services today.
All right, we're back here at Bob Wedding Memorial Tournament, Richmond, Indiana, in the Dennis Middle School Gym. And it is a middle school gym.
Like the Chargers bring Morris and Maurer back into the game. Odell and Eldridge take a seat.
All right, where are we at? 7-point lead, 6 minutes and 49 seconds left in this basketball game. The throws to the backcourt. Muckerhide's going to walk it up from there. Landon Kaiser gives chase. Handoff to Parmer on the wing, then back to Muckerhide at the elbow. He dribbles it to stop the key, and then he breaks some ankles, finds Maurer over in his spot, and he cans another one from that spot. How many's he hit from over there, Todd? That's it. 4-3 from
one.
4-3, and I think they've all came from the same spot.
Parmer on the steal.
Parmer gets the turnover. Back the other way. Muckerhide walks it up, now enjoying a 10-point lead. Breaks some ankles, kicks it over to Youngman. Youngman's going to try the hot spot, and he nails it.
Charger in the barn for Chase Youngman.
North Decatur live and die by the three, and right now we're living well.
Couple stops and couple rebounds here.
Centerville get the ball at the top of the key. Throws it over the left wing to Holland Honor. Morris plays defense, cuts them off. They just want to dribble and curl. They will cut off that ball screen and curl. They will off-ball curl. Holland Honor gives chase, pushes Morris to the ground. No call, no call again. And this time we get it on the second Charger to hit the deck, and that one was Parmer.
That's the 19th turnover for Centerville.
I think Dickinson just picked up his third. They got him for two. All right, Landon Kaiser is going to pick up Muckerhide full court, and that was not a good decision. Muckerhide just took off, got in behind him. Muckerhide dribble drive, and now Kaiser grabs a hold of his jersey. And
it's going to be the third team foul, so Chargers will be shooting a bunch of free throws. They're going to have to hit them here.
Seems like Centerville's starting to get a little frustrated. They haven't fouled hardly at all game long, and now they've just picked up a rash of them. Kaiser's going to, what's the whistle here for?
I couldn't hear what he said.
I don't think he started the clock. And that official's not going to work for free. So he stopped play to make them start the clock.
Well, being up 13, I want him to start it too, Matt.
I agree. 5.5 to go, 13-point lead. North Decatur has the basketball. And now just going to try to use some clock. Dribble drive kick. Has Maurer in a spot. Palmer got trapped, turned it over. Muckerhide reaches. And we foul 45 feet from the basket.
Caden picks up his second.
All the way to the rack goes Centerville, right block, and Maurer tries to wall him up. Youngman's giving chase. We'll see who it's on. I think they got Brady with it.
I think that's going to be Brady's fourth.
Brady picks up his fourth.
Got to move his feet.
That puts Bryson Brown, the freshman, at the line.
No good on the first.
Misses that left of center.
Eldridge will come in for Maurer.
Both shots off. Offensive rebound by Centerville. They promptly throw it out of bounds, but that's off on the Chargers. Charger fans don't like it.
The other official asked if he's sure about it, and he said, yeah, he was, because I'm pretty sure the other official wasn't so sure either.
Little opinion check there. Centerville passes it around the horn. They feed Holland Donner on the block. He uses the left hand to go up and in.
We see why he shoots 60%, man. He lives and dies in that paint.
Yeah, he's not taking a shot over 10 foot yet. Finds Chase Youngman deep in the corner. He pulls the trigger. He's right of center. Gets his own rebound. Another offensive board for the Chargers. Kick back to Muckerhide. Muckerhide from the top of the key, and it's good.
Charger in the barn for Caden Muckerhide. 14-point lead.
Muckerhide having a good game. Centerville passes around the horn. That is picked off by Muckerhide. Muckerhide leads the break. After he collects it in the corner, he just goes coast to coast right down the middle of the paint, misses the bunny, rolls off the rim. He gets his own rebound yet again. That's the fifth offensive rebound of the half. Finds Youngman over on the wing. Youngman sends it home.
Another Charger in the barn.
Youngman's fourth three of the game, and we've got two players with over 4 threes, or 4 threes anyway. Holland Donner on the baseline. Morris shoves him under. I don't know what he's supposed to do. A little too much body for that official. Had Holland Donner stuck because he spun baseline and he was way under the bankboard, and he gets bailed out with a foul there.
Chargers up 17 here in the Napoleon State Bank fourth quarter.
Puts Holland Donner at the line. Short on the first. No good. 55-38. Wholesale substitution for Centerville here. Put 3 guys to the bench with 1 more waiting at the table. 17-point lead for the Chargers, and I think they're going to rest these guys if he hits. He misses and stays on the floor. Morris comes up with the rebound. It's a good afternoon for North Decatur on the glass, Todd.
Yeah, done a really nice job here.
Double cutters, leaves Muckerhide cutting to the basket wide open. He misses the shot or kicks, should say. Resets at the top of the key. 3.5 minutes to go. 17-point lead here for North Decatur. Muckerhide finds a wide open Owen Eldridge. Drops off a dime. Gets knocked away out of bounds. North Decatur retains possession. Holland Donner goes to the bench. That may be it for him. A 3.5 to play and trailing by 17. They got their reserves on the floor. North Decatur still has their starting lineup out there, it looks like. Well, we got Eldridge instead of Maurer. Muckerhide's got the ball at the top of the key, works against the freshman, gets around him quickly. He picks up his dribble in the middle of the paint, outlet to Eldridge. Eldridge spins baseline, and a nice move on that pivot foot, scores it.
Puts the Chargers up 19, 57-38.
North Decatur went into the halftime break with 19 points. Now they have 57 with 2.5 minutes to play.
And once again, Morris picks up a cheap foul. Does a good job being in position, but
They got him. That was his third. Nope, that's his fourth.
Team's fifth, so it'll put Bryson back at the line. He looked very uncomfortable there the last time he was there.
Bryson Brown stands to shoot 2. That time it goes.
I talked him into making one, didn't I? Mauer's going to check in for Morris.
Brown gets them both. I don't think the clock started again. Stoppage in play here. They sorted out the scores table. Mauer's going to inbound.
4-second runoff. Got to go to the screen to see.
Throw the ball in the backcourt to Muckride. He's going to take the freshman on the dribble. Kicks off to Eldridge. Eldridge is down in the paint, working over his left shoulder. Nice little baby hook there for Eldridge.
Chargers holding on to this 19-point lead, 59-40. Matt kind of been tail 2 games today. This morning we had a 4-point lead at halftime and didn't play very well in the second half. And this game we really played well the second half.
Yeah, we trailed by 7 at halftime. Now they're up by 19. Here comes Bryson Brown to the rack, all the way across the center of the court. Puts that one home. 59-42, North Decatur leads. 2 minutes left to play. Muckride dribbles right around him. Teardrop right in the middle of the lane, uncontested. North Decatur has experienced an offensive explosion in the second half here. 24-point third quarter. 18 points in the fourth.
And there is the 21st turnover by Centerville. Muckride comes away with it.
Muckride walks it up. Bryson Brown on his heels. He's been burned a couple times now. He's giving ground. Muckride doesn't get around him this time. Kicks over to Maurer in the wing. Kicks it back to Muckride. Muckride holds. Minute 20 to go here. Dribbles around Brown again. Dumps it off to Eldridge. Nice little dime pass by Muckride to Eldridge. Eldridge scores it. Going to have a hold here on the cutter. Muckride, I believe. Yep. Muckride held on to him as he tried to curl around that off-the-ball screen. We got wholesale substitutions at the table. Rennekamp, Corbin Thackeray, Logan Odell, and Marshall Snell set to come into the ball game with a minute to play here and a 21-point lead.
First free throw is good by
Daniel Williams puts the first of 2 away.
Looks like they leave Eldridge in the game. The other 4 starters come out of the game. Nice job by the Chargers. 20-point lead here in the Napoleon State Bank fourth quarter.
Todd, you got your wish. We get to
an extra hour of sleep in the morning, man.
Finish this out. We start at 9:30 tomorrow.
Are we in the Tiernan or?
We are in Tiernan at 9:30 against Seton Catholic, the Richmond Catholic school, private school. Boy, he about put that one down. Bryson Brown gets a pick off of Rennekamp, puts it away. Cuts the lead to 17, but 42 seconds to go. Not enough time for Centerville here as they crank up the heat in a last-ditch effort.
Snell does a nice job going up and bailing out Rennekamp.
Eldridge has got the ball with a count. Now he dribbles around it, dribbles back out to clear it. Reset the count. 26 seconds to go before a Charger victory here. Stop and go, stop and go. Providing the separation. Chargers are going to get this one done.
Back door, Corbin, there you go.
Oh, I think Rennekamp just used his dribble. Nope.
Last 10 seconds, you get away with that, man.
You can dribble it more than once. North Decatur winds it out here, victorious. 63-46 will be the final. Great second half.
Chargers come away victorious here, so they give me an extra hour of sleep. We'll do a little stat figuring, and I told PJ that I wanted to see him after the win, so we'll have Coach Metz up here for a quick post-game show, and then we will be signing off and heading back home.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Fill those recycling containers. In Decatur County, acceptable items you can recycle include aluminum and steel cans, glass bottles and jars, plastic tubs, jugs, and bottles, paper products like cardboard, newspapers, magazines, office paper, and all that unwanted junk mail. Items that are not accepted include plastic bags and styrofoam. Decatur County has permanent recycling sites in Greensburg, St. Paul, Lake Santee, and Westport, with mobile recycling the first and second Saturdays of the month. Remember to reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Walters Tire is your Michelin Farm tire dealer. They carry a big selection of ag tires, and farmers, when tire issues bring you to a stop, the Walters service trucks will be out, get it fixed, and get production rolling again. Walters Tire services all of southeastern Indiana. And now, through the end of the year, you can get $200 back in rebate savings on the purchase of 4 select Goodyear or Kelly tires when you use your Goodyear credit card. Walters Tire, 220 West Main in Greensburg.
Sports are being brought to you in part by Chris Tebby with Hamilton and Tebby Law Office in Greensburg. Hamilton and Tebby specialize in business, estate, and family law, criminal defense, guardianships, wills, trusts, and more. Hamilton and Tebby Law Office is located at 117 South Broadway in Greensburg. If the ball's in your court, call 812-663-4082 about their legal services today.
Walters Tire is...
JC Bank is now open in Greensburg at 1035 North Lincoln Street, bringing over a century of community banking to you. JC Bank supports local high school sports teams, helping young athletes thrive for stronger communities. They offer top-notch banking, investments, and trust services. Whether you need a mortgage or business banking, JC Bank is here for you. Learn more at jcbank.com. JC Bank, the bank for your street, not Wall Street. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, back here at Richmond and the Bob Weddick Holiday Tourney. Chargers come away victorious 63-46 over the Centerville Bulldogs with a second half flurry of offense, Matt.
44 points in the second half, Todd. They had 19 at the halftime break, trailed by 7, 26-19. They end up winning this thing 63-46, a 24-point third quarter and a 20-point fourth quarter. They found the bottom of the net on 10 threes in that second half. And that was a big deal. And the turnovers that you accumulated there for Centerville, that was key to it as well. I've also got North Decatur for 20 offensive boards in that, or 15 offensive boards in that game. And that was the story of the second half.
Yep, second half I had the Chargers 17 of 24 from the field, 10 of 15 from behind the line, behind the arc. So
it's tough to beat a team that's shooting 66% from three-point land.
As bad as we shot in that first half, we ended up 24 of 51 for 47% and 12 of 29 overall from behind the arc, so 41%. Centerville does commit 21 turnovers. The Chargers only commit 12, so all in all, good job by the Chargers coming away victorious.
Well, it's some resiliency there, too. I mean, they didn't have the first half they wanted. Obviously, they let a lot of cuts and a lot of high percentage shots get to the rim for Centerville, and that's their style, that's their makeup, that's how they play. The adjustments at halftime I thought were key for North Decatur. Not to mention they shot the lights out here in the second half, but I really thought they capitalized, and they changed defensively. You know, Holland Donner didn't get the looks near the rim, Todd. That curl and that off-the-ball screen was pretty much muted in the second half.
Yeah, they've done a good job of talking on the screens and you know, switching and taking the cuts away, because once you're trailing him, yeah, he's good enough and strong enough, he's going to put the ball in the bucket. So, all in all, good job. Chargers 1-1 on the day, play at 9:30 in the morning. I'm not sure who we play, Matt.
Seton Catholic.
Play Seton Catholic, which they played right here in front of us today. So,
getting ready to play again, aren't they? No, that's the Cena.
No, that's just Cena there. So.
Yeah, Seton Catholic at 9:30 from the Tiernan Center, the big gym over here at Richmond High School. that's how we'll get our start. So it's a good thing the Chargers get an extra hour and a half to recoup, put another couple games together hopefully tomorrow night.
We'll give Coach Metz a minute here and see if he shows up. And
They gave you the I'll be back here like he wanted to come talk, but they're going to get ready to start this ball game, so I don't know.
don't know a lot about Seton Catholic. I haven't looked on Max Practice. Did watch them. They played right in front of us both games today. And, oh, here he comes.
I got you. Maybe. Get them separated. I don't know which one he's on, Todd.
Number 3, there you go.
There you go. I can hear you guys.
Got us?
Yep, I can hear you. Yep.
All right. Well, tale two games. This morning we played fairly well the first half and not so well the second half. And this game was kind of the opposite. Not real well the first half and come out in the second half and played really well.
And I thought so too. And I just told him in there, you know, obviously the game's a heck of a lot easier when shots go in the basket. And we've got some guys that can flat shoot the basketball. You know, Brady hit 5 this morning. I'm not sure what him and Chase both shot in the second half tonight, but
as a team from three-point land in the second half, we were 10 of 15.
10, and if we can shoot that well, we're not going to be beat. You know, but one thing, and as a coach, I'm always going to nitpick. It is easier when the ball goes in the basket, but there are still so many things that we've got to get better at on the defensive end of the floor.
Yep.
Even if it's simple things like jumping to the ball, seeing the ball. There's a lot of times that we'll turn. We're watching the cutter the whole time, and the ball's zipping right past our head. Just little things. I don't know if it's just us being out of our element. I don't really know, but it's definitely things that we can take away from that game and learn in a win, which is always a good thing, to be able to go back and work on and get better from.
And we talked about the Hollendowner kid. Once you're on his hip, he's strong. He's going to put the ball in the bucket, you know. And we done a better job that second half, I think, of taking some of them cuts away. The first half, he kind of got into the paint at will. But I thought we done a better job the second half of taking some of them cuts away. And I think Matt had us for 15 offensive rebounds. Is that
15
right?
off the offensive glass, Coach. I really thought, and of course my statistics are probably way off. But, you know, Coach, speak to the adjustments made at halftime, because I really thought they were having their way with the off-the-ball screen and that curl and getting Hollendowner down in where he likes to live around that block. Obviously, he averages 24 points a game. He come out of there with 18. So you shut him down in the second half, essentially. But what adjustments did you make to take away that curl?
The biggest thing that I felt like we were lacking, you know, we preach all the time, early, loud, and often. Well, it was not very early, it wasn't very loud, and it wasn't happening often enough. Right. So when these preemptive cuts start to go, we've also been preaching be proactive instead of being reactive. Instead of reacting to him curling, anticipate that it's coming to get into that cut lane. And I thought once you go against the flex long enough, you can start anticipating those UCLA screens and cuts, and then the flex cut coming across. And I thought our reaction, being proactive to the cuts that were coming and our switches coming earlier was probably the biggest adjustment that we talked about. I didn't think we necessarily needed to change what we were doing, but just needed to happen sooner.
Yeah. Well, that was obvious that they answered the bell after halftime, because they just took Centerville out of their offense. And they were shooting well in the first half. I thought they had a 60% field goal percentage in the first half, something like that. But they were living around the rim. Yeah. But they didn't have those looks in the second half.
They didn't. And credit to them. That team, I'll tell you what, you guys probably saw the roster, but that's made up largely of sophomores. They're going to be a good team.
Oh, yeah.
And you could kind of tell. I mean, obviously we don't have a ton of varsity experience. We do now since we're, 9-10 games into the season. But you can just tell that they're kind of young and they're still trying to find themselves a little bit. And Caden's veteranship out there, I felt like he kind of willed us to the finish line, so to speak. And when you have one guy that takes so much of the focal point of the defense away, and knowing that we've got two guys that can shoot it, he gets into the paint and kick, and, the rest is history.
Yeah. It was good to see Chase knock down a few shots there in the second half, because he struggled a little bit this morning, and we all know Chase is very streaky, and when he gets hot, he puts them in bunches. So that was good to see. So what do we know about Seton Catholic in the morning?
We've got to watch them play both games before us today. They'll come out. They got another big 6'8" kid who's not just a great big body, but he's fairly athletic for how big he is and can shoot the ball. If we leave him uncovered from 5 feet inside the half-court line, that thing's going to go up, and it's quick. So if you're not ready to defend him and get that hand up, he can make life hard on us, not just from the perimeter, but he'll look to try to bury us down low a little bit. But to go along with him, they got some decent guards. Number 3 for them is a pretty prevalent shooter, pretty good shooter. But outside of that, I think if you compare scores a little bit, they played Oldenburg, within 5 or 6 points. They beat Centerville by 2 earlier in the season and beat them on a last-second shot. So I'm really looking forward to see how we respond. So far, coming up to this tournament, both days last year we got off to slow starts in the morning. I'm hoping that we can kind of reverse that trend tomorrow and hopefully come out and continue that shooting streak and that energy that we ended today with after a good night's rest and getting up in the morning being ready to go.
Well, the good thing is if you got beat, I had to be over at 8 o'clock in the morning, so now I get an extra hour.
Yeah, we just want to extend a thank you for that.
And don't think that the boys didn't know that either. I think they were kind of banking on some extra sleep, but you're exactly right.
Well, Coach, good win, 1-1 on the day, and we got 2 games tomorrow no matter what, right?
Yep, no matter what. I don't know on the 4th game. Obviously, like you guys said, 9:30 in the morning at the Tiernan Center, play Seton Catholic, and then from there, I think it all determines on the mirror side of the bracket, the winner that came out of that same game, but on the bottom side, if that makes sense.
Yep.
I know it's kind of a jumbled mess, and you got to study it like it's a dang test to kind of figure out the bracket, but we'll just kind of wait and see, and hopefully we can get 2 more tomorrow.
All right, sounds good, Coach. Congratulations, and good luck tomorrow.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
See you in the morning, Coach.
Well, Matt, that's all I got, unless you got something else.
I have no other wisdom to employ.
All
so
right.
I just want to thank you all for tuning in, and we'll be back here at 9:30 in the morning, Game 3 of the Bob Wedding Memorial Tournament from Richmond, Indiana. You're listening to Charger Basketball on WTRE. On behalf of Todd Maurer, I'm Matt Morris. Good night, everybody.